Hello, it's Karen here from Dark Moon Emporium, and today I've been setting up the slide extension to my Xtool F1. Been away from my YouTube channel for the past couple of weeks because I've been occupied in getting ready for a craft fair. I've had the slide extension for my F1 for quite some time, but I've always been a bit scared of using it. I thought it would be too complicated to set up, so I never bothered. Now, I had some slate panels that I wanted to engrave for the craft fair, and I much prefer the way the infrared laser engraves slate. So it was time to put my big girl pants on and to set up the extension. I set up the correct workspace. I selected Process on Slide Extension from the menu that appeared, and then I imported the image I wanted to engrave and placed it center left on the workspace. Next thing I have to do is to calibrate the slide extension. XCS very helpfully walks you through the calibration process. You click on Go to get started, and this screen pops up. Now I followed the guide to align and calibrate the extension. Align the right edge of the movable ruler with scale 0 of the slide extension and tighten the screw. Then align the vertical line on the side of the slide extension with the edge of the removable base plate of Xtool F1 and align the side of the slide extension with the second line on the base plate. Move the ruler to the working area and turn the knob to set the laser focus, and then click Next when you complete the steps. The next step is to fix the slide to the base so it doesn't move around, and the guide tells you to tighten the screws on the left and the right side, but do not tighten them fully. And to get to the screws, I push the slide extension by hand and partly tighten the screws using an Allen key. Next, click Next to start the laser calibration. So now it's time to finish the calibration. And you do this by moving the extension slightly to the left or slightly to the right to align the laser with the middle of the movable ruler. When you're happy that it's in the right place, you can fully tighten the left screw and click Next. And the slide extension moves to the left automatically. And then you can tighten the right screw and your laser is calibrated. So now you're ready to frame your design, and in framing, you turn the knob to move the processing panel. You can stop turning the knob to stop the processing panel, observe where the laser light falls on the material and adjust the position of the material. That's what the system tells you. So it is a little bit different to framing on the base plate. When you click the framing button, the slide will home. And as you turn the focus knob, the slide will move to give you an indication of where your design will be on the finished piece. So I hit the process button and I sent my design to the laser, and it was all going wonderfully well, right up until the point where I realized that I had pulled the protective screen too far down and I hadn't left enough clearance for the screw that holds the ruler in place to get underneath the cover. And what happened was it started bumping up against the cover, and the laser couldn't pass through smoothly, and I had a bit of a meltdown because it took me a few minutes to realize what it was that I had done. So yeah, don't do that. And this is what the result looked like. So having made my corrections, I decided to put the same piece through again because I was going to have to sand it anyway. So I thought that rather than risk another piece and maybe spoil that one as well, I decided I would just carry on with the piece that I'd already spoiled. And this time it all worked very, very well indeed. So after that, I spent 20 minutes out in the garden with the sander getting the design that I just put on back off again. And here's the final result of attempt number 2 after attempt number 1 was all sanded off. Fortunately, slate does sand up very, very well. And it came with me to that craft fair. So, burning question, did it sell? Well, I got so excited that it never actually made it out of the box onto the stall. And if you look at the picture of the stall setup, none of the long panels that I made actually made it onto the display, and therefore nobody saw them, so nobody wanted to buy them. But there you go, it was an interesting day out, and I learned some things about using my slide extension. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please do click the thumbs up button below. And if you really enjoyed it and would like to see more, then please do click on the subscribe button. It's free for you, but it really does help my channel. For now though, thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back soon. Bye bye.